Okay, and we're live with episode number 5 of The Waiting Room. Once again, I'm your host, Derek Rush, along with Asmil Uner, as per usual, Brendan James De Cruz, and Fabian Mark Peter. And we're glad to welcome on issue number 5, Mr. Wang.
Yo!
Yeah, welcome,
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you
Wang.
for having me.
Wang is a musician, promoter. I think it's better for you to take over and tell us your musical journey. We'd like to start off with the host with their musical journey and how you got into music. Yes.
I consider myself a producer by day, drummer by night. So basically, my day job is being a producer. I run a video production, and music has always been part of my life since young. I think since 13 years old, I was in the marching band, and then when I left the marching band, I got my own drums, own guitars, and started my own band, and up until today, I guess. So yeah, so my music life, up and down, happy and sad.
That's how it is.
Everybody's.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, so I think it got to a point where I got sick with how the scene looked like 10 years ago, and I decided why not I do my own show and bring in some new and old guys to play on stage. Screw the all this cronyism and being into circles here and there. I know I my stage don't judge.
It's like pimples. The scene, a lot of circles here and there.
So and you decide to pick one only, to pop one out.
Pimples.
Venn diagrams, pimples. Like you got this Venn diagram up
I
here,
know lah.
Venn
Brandon's
diagram
face.
up there, not by.
Hey, I had my moments. Okay. Most of my school life was just like.
Hey, wait, eternal adolescence. I'm 40s. I got pimples still, so I'm never gonna grow old. Gonna be pimples, right?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Sorry, we jump from circles to
my skin's
from
one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
sorry, Wang.
Why you're talking about the AEW sessions that you created?
Yeah.
So why did you go into that and tell us what the AEW sessions were about? Why you wanted to start them and how they progressed?
Okay. AEW sessions started off 7 years ago, I think. As I mentioned earlier, the reason why I started this because I wanted a platform where it allows even the newcomers into the scene to have their own space and bring in their own friends, family to enjoy, without all the all the judgmental things going on around. And but the thing is that I stopped like a couple of years ago. I did once back 2 years ago. That was like one show. I think Fabian, you played that show in Uptown, right?
Yeah.
So that was the last show under AEW, and then sadly, and when this COVID-19 started, and video production also became slower and slower. So not many projects going on. Yeah. So I decided to keep myself busy. I don't want to rot at home, and might as well I do something, right? So I decided to take AEW out from the closet and start an online show. So I got a few guys in. My co-producer, Seelan, he's also the graphic and the live stream technician. Another guy is Kelvin. He's my technical guy, or basically he's the camera operator. He handles all the equipment. And lastly, a host. His name is Jono. So there are 4 of us in this team. And it's like, we want to do something for the arts and creative practitioners out there. They don't get to perform as much as they used to. I'm not talking of the musicians only. I decided to open up the platform for many other acts, many other talents. So if you follow up with the show, next week I'm having Brandon, and I have a magician as well.
Brandon guy, tell us more about this Brandon guy.
I need to read out about your portfolio first.
Hey, don't.
Yeah, so basically the platform is open to anyone. And the tagline is, basic. It's a very cliche line. Support your local act. I have an MMA fighter coming up to talk as well.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be very, very interesting.
Which MMA fighter?
I'm not going to review the name yet.
Local one?
Man, I nearly said it because I forgot that you sent me the poster. Then I saw the poster, I was like, yeah, nice, cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm a huge MMA fan, so I'll enjoy that. So
stay tuned. Okay. Remember to like the page. So it's basically me just trying to help out the scene, to give back to the scene as well, But the thing is that we are doing this on a very low budget, keeping things nice and sweet and tender. Another thing is that, my concept is that it's like you are watching TV, but everything is online and live.
Yeah.
And then you can go fuck here, fuck there. It's up to you. You want to drink, it's up to you. But
Wait, I can test that. I was the first, huh? I popped your cherry, buddy. It was a good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, Asmir played a 2-hour show, man. And 2 hours, and he got tipped generously.
I wanted to go. I want to go, but they keep on asking for songs, right? There's a problem with online. Hey, oh, I want this song.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the show. It allows people to interact, comment, and tip. Everything is live going on, rather than going to the pub. So you don't get that kind of stuff right now.
People can do online tipping as well.
Yes.
Yep.
How does that work?
Yeah. How does that work?
I call it the virtual tipping jar. You see.
Yeah.
So I have my bank, the production bank account pinned into the comment. And for people who are watching it overseas, then I'll have my PayPal.
Yeah.
So there are two.
So it's like the YouTube live streams where you can tip to get. There's certain YouTube live streams where you can tip to get a question asked or a question.
You can request a song and make sure you tip.
Yeah. I understand.
Brandon, so you got an idea already, huh?
I'm thinking I'll do 2.5 hours lah.
Really? You sure you can stand or not? Even Asmir couldn't. He had to go and kencing. He had to pee. I had to prepare him another.
I was still standing.
Yeah, I think next time I need to prepare another jar. The peeing jar.
The peeing jar.
The crews will come on with
committed to this,
prepared and ready to go.
Yeah. So the show is actually a 2-camera angle show.
Okay.
One you have the wide angle, and one you have the close-ups and the middle shot. So Brandon, if you need to pee, just give us a cue that you need to pee.
Wang will bring a bottle.
The camera will see
come down there.
This angle. So whatever you do down there, we cannot see lah.
Rancangan tergendala.
Cannot see.
You won't see it anyway. It wouldn't matter. You won't see it anyway. It doesn't matter what angle you out of that.
RTM mark there.
Something about Wangs and Wangs.
Classic. But I remember when you did it as a live show. Remember, was that one of the first places you did? It was near
Changkat BB, right?
Changkat there.
Yeah, Changkat BB. Yeah. That was the
just
first
across
location.
Istana, right? Oh, that was the first location lah.
Yes,
that was a good
first
time.
location. Yeah, but sadly it had to close lah.
I suppose that place also no more. It was this bar that no more, right?
Suka.
Suka.
Yes.
Derek,
you know the place?
Of course I know the place. My 2 main venues I've worked in. The 3 main venues that I've worked in KL as a sound engineer has been No Black Tie, Forbidden City, and Susie Wong's, which are all within 50 meters of where Suka was.
Yeah.
I know Suka. I've drunk loads and taps, which is right beside where Suka used to be on the corner there. So I know Suka.
Never seen you before.
Very mysterious.
You didn't do our nights. You didn't do our nights, man. Why you didn't do AEW session?
Any other one lah.
No one would hire me. They all thought it was too expensive. Don't get that.
No, I was looking for someone on set to handle the sound. Too bad that was like 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago.
I wasn't here.
Not now,
here.
Now we are doing it. So we don't have the
I wasn't here.
Derek. Yeah, that's another thing that I want to highlight. We are doing this out from our own pocket, you see.
Yeah, I understand.
Hoping that the show will generate some income. You know, my guys are on the video production line, just trying to keep ourselves busy. You know, I mean, if you know in the future, you know, you got sponsors coming in, of course, good lah. You know, happy lah. There's a bit of pocket money. If not, then it's okay. We still continue to do, and just a small part of everything just to help the scene.
Yeah. But this is what this is what this podcast for. We're just doing it to help the scene, so we can have long form conversations with people within the scene. If at some stage it generates money, then it's all happy days for us. Like it's going to be great. But like the whole aim is like just for people just to have nice conversations about the art scene in Malaysia. So,
but it's a large ecosystem, right? Because like coming from video production, and I think in the past, maybe those worlds didn't kind of coalesce with each other so often, right? Because so probably I think for me the way I see this whole COVID thing and the silver lining is that we're kind of leveraging on what we already have that we didn't notice, until this virus came about. But this virus was like, hey, you fuckers, stop getting out of your houses, fuck you. So then suddenly we realized like, hey, we can do things.
Yeah,
right? I think that's what I find interesting, and I'm glad you're taking this by the balls, the COVID's ball, and it's like, fuck you, COVID, we're gonna do something. So I think this.
I think we have to. Everybody has to.
No choice.
Be like sharks. Once you stop swimming, you're dead.
Yeah.
Sharks just have to keep swimming, or you're dead. Like so. As anybody in the arts, like if we get stagnated, you just die as a creator. Like you just fucking die. Like so. Yeah, it's a good thing.
What are you going to say, Phoebe?
Even no cigarette cannot say.
Your hand all came out, Phoebe, and tell.
No cigarette cannot talk already.
Yena de.
Derek was talking about the shark, right? And he said, the shark stops swimming. And you guys know, right? You can't flip a shark. You flip a shark, it goes into a temporary paralysis state. Yeah.
So we're flipping the shark now.
So sharks can't swim upside down.
No, like I said, they go into this temporary paralysis state.
I saw YouTube before about that. Yeah, it's like they just pingsan, right?
Yeah, they just pingsan. You just flip them.
Yeah, rabbits. You can do the same with rabbits. If you grab a rabbit by underneath its ass, and
the back of their neck here, right?
Yeah, and turned upside down, it just stays there paralyzed forever until you had it a week. If you don't touch it again, it will sit there forever. Like that. You have to have it
there should be some equipment. Anyway,
Wang, this you can see how having 4 hosts tends to skewer the conversations off on some crazy tangents.
It's fine. It's cool. No, I prefer to listen.
Most fun.
Hey, but Wang, I'm interested because that night, then I noticed your studio has the Back to Future posters, man. You're a big fan of? Yeah, that was.
Well, running a video production I think it's good to have some old school posters around.
Yeah, old school better. Yeah,
and they're very good old school posters, like the Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I just did a marathon. I just did all 3.
Whoa! Wow.
Yeah, just watch it. It's good lah. It's nice.
It was the first video that we ever had in our household in I think it was 1987. It was the very first when we got a video recorder. That was the first videotape we ever had. So I watched that film number 1 every day for their summer holidays. So I think I watched it 80 times just in a summer holiday period in 2 months.
Wow.
2 or 3 months over their summer holiday. So I knew the film back to front. But a great film, fantastic film.
They did some. I saw a video on YouTube. They had Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd on this talk show, and with a car
Jimmy
coming
Kimmel?
up.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Christopher Lloyd hasn't changed. The professor hasn't changed, dude. He still looks the same.
Christopher Lloyd looks the same. It just looks.
And even Michael J. Fox does. Yeah, Michael J. Fox also doesn't look. He's still small.
Michael J. Fox if he didn't have Parkinson's, he would be a vampire.
Yeah.
He looks. You just know he's He's
Same.
aged because of the illness, like, but as far as everything else,
Yes.
he almost looks the same. Like,
Both them at least they got the hair lah, you know. That's
yeah,
why
they
still
definitely
look,
do. Yeah.
People got some tangkai lah, I'm quite sure.
Hey, but Wang, I was wondering. Uh, hey, Wang, I was wondering, like your band, right? Because they said you toured Japan before.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Can you tell us a bit about how was that experience, man? That's cool, man.
Wow.
They were to make it happen wasn't that easy.
Okay.
You had to plan, but that's
Yeah,
good.
well, start off.
Okay,
How was the tour booked, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
All right. I think some of you know my band, Djezna Stalker. So I think it was about 5 years ago when we came out with our EP, 5-track EP, and we did our homework, like playing gigs here and there, and then we decided, let's just do a tour. You see. But the thing is that we didn't mention Japan. We thought like maybe go to Indonesia lah, or Thailand nearby, cheaper mah. Then alamak. Then I had to go to Japan for holiday. My that time girlfriend lah. So I brought along my CDs. Maybe gatal. Maybe just try to approach one live house there and pass my EP and see how it goes. So I actually I took a train just to go all the way to that live house. I met up with the manager. Look, hey, I'm from Malaysia. I'm interested in doing a tour. I hope that you are, okay with the idea for a foreign band to come over. So I told the boys. I came back here. I told the boys about it, and then it started lah. From there, we planned like a five city tour. So what I did was, did a bit of research. This city, which live house is suitable for us lah. So from there, we compiled on the way. We tried looking for sponsors, ilek tada. So everything came out from our own pocket. So we spent like I think more than 2 weeks there. I think probably between 10 to 14 days. I think. So very puas, satisfied. The best part is that we got to sell our CDs there. We got new fans. And we actually met with the Aria Guitars R&D manager. The R&D managers. Yeah, he came and watched our show. Then he offered, guys, I freaking love your music. Why don't you guys play our guitars? At the time I was mabuk already lah. Had a lot of beer. I salah dengar. Excuse me, can you repeat that? No, I want pilih Aria guitar. Oh, okay. I got his name card. We all came back lah. Came back to Malaysia. Betul kan ni? Serious? Are you gonna give us free guitars? So I emailed that guy. I just want to make sure that it's everything all well documented.
Make sure he wasn't drunk when he was saying that.
yeah, legit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So and the best part is that we actually played like a small little bar that it's a really small bar. Actually, it was our day off back then. We played about 2 to 3 cities already. We decided to take a day off and go to a bar and just have a drink lah. So we went into the bar. We realized that the owner of the bar used to be a promoter for big bands. So he brought in, if I'm not mistaken, he brought in Stevie Ray Vaughan. I think he was a promoter for Aerosmith as well. So yeah, so he totally a rock dude. His bar were full of CDs, instruments. So he just offered us, why don't you guys play a show tomorrow night in my bar? So I thought maybe it must be another drunk talk lah. Yeah. So next day we went there. It was full house. You see, full house, and then the Aria manager was in there. So that's how we got to know him. And we came back to Malaysia. We got an electric guitar, an acoustic, and also a bass. So we are ambassadors. So you go to Aria Guitars website, you can see our faces there.
Nice.
Wow, China! There you go.
Yeah, and I'm a drummer. I mean, for most shows, I play the drums. Smaller shows, I play the guitar. So I endorse the acoustic guitar. They don't have Aria drums, so I want a guitar. So, but please fix the pickup for me as well.
Yeah, are you guys the first?
Sorry, come again.
Are you guys the first to bring in the brand?
No, actually, I found out this sole distributor in Malaysia carrying Aria.
Sole distributor, wow.
Yeah, they are based in Kuantan, of all places, they say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kuantan?
Wow.
Yeah, really.
What?
Yeah, so
That's so random.
but the thing is that they only carry the low end stuff. So you can see some of the guitars with their own names, their own company names, and some
I
Aria low end
see.
guitars. So if you want to order some mid range or high range Aria guitars, you have to like order through them. Alamak, go all the way to Kuantan to get Aria. No wonder it's not famous here.
There's a lovely beach in Kuantan though. You can go. There's a lovely.
Aria
beach
should
in
make me
Kuantan.
the distributor here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the one using the guitar and perform. I'm the good salesman.
Yeah, man. Damn.
Yeah, so Japan.
Ah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go.
Yeah, the tour is how do I say this? Is an eye opener lah. It's very different from the scene in Malaysia, because like I mentioned about cronyism and belonging to certain circles, right? In Japan, when you play for a show, right, it's kind of mixed genres. So I'll just give you an example of a show that I played in. I think it was in Hamamatsu, one of the cities there. So the lineup, they had a hardcore band, they had a blues band, and then there was us. We played rock, and then there was this girl, aspiring singer lah. So she went on stage singing with -1. But I kid you not, the guys from the hardcore band, we all looking fierce.
Gorong.
Gorong. Oh. Once the chick singing,
Wow.
supportive, bro.
That's
They were
the
very
way,
supportive.
man.
Yeah, they don't judge, you see. They don't judge. But here, susah lah. Here is different. You have the grunge scene, you have the metal scene, you have the hardcore scene, and then you have the jazz singer-songwriters, all separated. So I don't like to see this. You see, why don't we have one show where we all can gel together, and then for the sake of music, local music, you see,
that's a nice
right? So that's why.
But that's speaking of what, right? Since we're on this thing about mixing it, near your studio, there was the first Paul's Place. And I was telling you that it's way before you guys' time, but it was where I first organized my first ever gig. And I had the same idea as you, man. I had a hardcore band. It's all guitar based lah. But Ben's Beaches played. I played solo. There was some other band. But the problem when I did that, I realized that when these bands played, like the hardcore band played, finished their friends, they all blah, no.
Exactly.
Then the next come in. So so in the last band that I featured was a very big indie band that time. I won't say the name, but my friend was taking at the door. So it's like, sorry, last band. And I thought, hey, don't need to charge the door lah. So I told him, okay. Suddenly, a drove of people came in when it's free. That's to watch that one band.
You never, ever let them in for free.
Yeah.
Ever.
But I think, man.
Ever. Because I ran gigs in Ireland for 5 years.
And never let go of the door.
In my small town, my whole thing was we were all one seat. We were like so small, but I would put on different. So it was a 3-band gig every time. So it was always like an indie band, a rock heavier band, an acoustic act. So it would encompass the whole spectrum of kind of alternative music to ensure that everybody, all the audience, were catered for. Plus, we had an advantage in Ireland that Ireland's a drinking scene anyway, so people are even if they don't care about the bands, they stay and they drink anyway. There's a tendency for them not to leave after their friend's band finishes playing because their friend's band want to stay and drink anyway. So that's the one advantage of having that sort of scene anyway. So where there's a drinking culture happening anyway. So
do you think that's a problem here? Do you think that contributes? Do you think if there was a bigger drinking culture?
I think we all know what amongst specifically certain scenes that if they're playing in a bar that serves alcohol, once their band finishes playing, they're all leaving. They're not staying around.
Oh, really? There's some places like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like we've seen in Merdicaria so much.
Right.
If
oh, you mean here? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean
not
like,
in Ireland.
Not
not in Ireland. In Ireland, it happens.
I mean,
in Ireland, it happens sometimes. It depends. It depends on the acts and stuff like that. It does happen sometimes, but like specific, you see it all the time, Malaysia. I've seen it in so many venues. We know the scene we're talking about. Once their band finishes playing, they all just leave. They're not staying about.
Yeah, of course.
You
know, open micers leave, man. After they're done open mic, blah. But definitely there's a correlation with drink sales and spaces. That's how space run. When I was living in Australia, I mean, like, impossible. You do a gig without a drink, come on, man.
You can't do
off, man.
even in Japan when we played there, there's this unspoken rule there. For every band, they must stay until the end of the show, and it's like a culture for a custom for them to kampai, you know. Let's say there are 5 bands playing together that night. That 5 band must stay and kampai to end the night, to end a successful night.
Well, that's how
there you go, custom, man. Yeah.
That's how we
custom.
run it.
It's a culture.
Yeah, that's how we run. As promoters, that's how we run it with the venue. The deal with the venue is, we'll take the door, you get the bar. And that's how we run it. So the venue gets whatever is sold in alcohol, and we get whatever comes in the door, so we can give it to the bands. So that's how you.
But you see, the roots are in the culture, whether you like it or not. You can't just introduce it here because people don't do that. It's not. It's a system that's imported anyway.
Yeah, we have to find a way around that though, where they have to stay for you have to try to like encourage them to stay for all the acts.
Take the khakis, man. Like when you come in, leave your khaki.
It's like you're trying to teach the dog to jump over the fence, lah.
Yeah, come in, keep your phone.
Yeah.
But the thing is that in Japan, the live houses there, they tend to have an in-house bar, you know, something like the Merdekaya style, so that they can order snacks and they can drink. And most important is the beer. No beer, man.
Hey, but it's interesting. He's talking about the geek culture in Japan. When I toured there, also I played. It was placed in Nagoya, so it was like a kind of like a semi cafe bookstore. They're so polite. They stick to the end. No, there was girls sitting in front, so it was a sitting gig. One girl, she was asleep. No, it's like, why I'm playing, and then like, but every time I finish, she wake up and clap. So she slept there,
But at least it was the Japanese who slept there, right?
Yeah.
But this one, different story, bro. This one was a different story. When I touched down, and I think it was Osaka, if not mistaken, Osaka. We touched down, we straight rushed to the hotel. We put our stuff and we went for sound check because we had to play the show that night itself. On the same day of the arrival. Wow. So we finished our show, and then of course there were other bands after us. I sat there enjoying the show, but I was freaking tired, so sleepy, and slowly I dozed off. Suddenly the organizer was a chick lah, very short, small size organizer. She came over and gave me one tight slap, bro. The slap was kidi, cak. No. Wow, kertapang. I terus bangun.
Wow.
I woke up and think,
what?
You cannot sleep here.
What? She just slapped you?
But, I think it's disrespectful, I guess. But I was tired. But it's my bad. She really gave me the slap.
Did you deserve it?
For whole show.
Did you feel like you deserved it?
Wow.
I have to thank her actually. I have to thank her so I can actually stay awake for the beer sessions after that.
There you go. Yeah.
Would you be thanking her if it was a guy who slapped you?
Honestly, I was pissed. Even though it was a chick. I was
right.
Pissed,
come on.
Getting slapped in the face. You just arrived somewhere, right?
You shout next to the ear, so it's like pissing off already. Then you're gonna slap someone.
That's
bro, learning their culture the hard way, bro.
Yeah. Hey, but that's so interesting, man. That is so interesting. Yeah.
And another thing is that they the sound guys there who handles all the equipment on stage, girls who are actually carrying the drums, moving the amplifiers. I gotta respect them, man, for even learning and doing this. So mostly, Malaysia, you see mostly guys will be doing this stuff, right?
There's a few.
You see some girls though.
There's a few good women here that work well. Shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Kim.
With a few, so.
Yeah, shout out to Vivian, Kim, and Amanda.
It's changing lah. Yeah.
So
by the way, I'm gonna have one episode where I'm featuring all girls.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
talk shows
nice.
and music are gonna be all girls.
Guys,
all girls night, man.
we are running out
Cool.
of the first half of the show here because
Okay,
of
okay.
Zoom's restrictions. So like our next set will start
Commercial break?
starting soon.
Yeah.
Commercial break for
Commercial break. I
it'll
realized
it'll be soon.
So,
you can also say hello like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Brady
okay.
Bunch moment. Yeah.
We'll be back.
That's
We'll be back
trivia.
very soon, folks.
Handsome.
And we're back with part 2 of the Weight Room, number 5, with our guest Wang. Thank you very much, Wang, for attending again. So I think we'll go back into now what your plans are with AEW for the future, currently through the MCO, and how do you see it going?
well, my initial plan is to do like maybe like a 12 episode. I considered as one season. Hope to generate income. So with that money, we can pay the talents who join the show, and maybe invest in some better equipment for live streaming. And I actually hope to do it in a bigger studio, man. Ask me to know. He played in my studio, so
Right.
it's actually quite small.
Very intimate. I would say intimate. Yeah.
Yeah, intimate. Yeah, so the plan is to make it
Arnold should be an estate agent. It's not small. It's intimate. He knows the buzzwords.
And then hopefully to cover more topics. What I plan is that AEW will have a few segments. So I hope to like have music, sports,
All right, cool.
fashion, so that
Like a
we
channel
can. Yeah, it looks like TV.
Yeah.
That's the plan. You see, I hope I don't give up halfway.
Mm.
And then we also had this discussion. What if jobs start coming in? You see, how can we manage our time? Because currently what we're doing is that we are doing it every fortnight.
Yeah.
Every Friday and Saturday. So who knows, man? If this can make money, to pay the crews and the talents who are part of the show, they get paid as well. I don't mind focusing on this Monday to Sunday like a TV channel.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's missing, right? That sort of.
Well, I mean, to me, it's a very logical issue. You see, as a producer, if I were to produce a TV commercial, and by the end of the day, the profit is sometimes you break even, or sometimes you just have to pump in money to make sure that the whole project turns out well. But I mean, if doing AEW can generate something equivalent to doing TVCs, commercials, I'm gonna dish those crap. I mean, client nowadays their budget like ridiculous. They ask for nasi lemak, 5 ringgit nasi lemak, but they want chicken, they want sotong, they want kerang, everything. But I only have 5 ringgit. And
it's always been the way. That's never changed. Like it's just that the budgets are getting more squeezed as we go along. But like,
so that kind of like it's driving me to to do my own thing now.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I hope I mean, you guys played before, Azmil and Fabian. I mean, back then it was just a small little show, and then now I don't know, I revamped the whole thing. Revitalize, change the concept. Make sure it's produced professionally. I mean, I'm from the video industry. If I don't do something at least to a minimum standard, you can fuck me upside down, man.
Fair enough. Yeah. You want to maintain that. I think that's important. Yeah. There's not just this, like a handphone on your wardrobe.
and then the whole concept. I believe that it's. I don't know. I might be wrong. It's probably the first in Malaysia to incorporate all kinds of stories and topics in under one show. I mean now when you look Facebook, you tend to see one show is just meant for one topic, music, and then one is just for business talking, So I'm putting everything under one show, keeping it casual, intimate, and interactive. You see.
Yeah.
So screw all the corporate and all the what you call that, the what's the word for it? I forgot.
Very commercial, mainstream kind of way.
Commercial, basically the rules that you need to follow, Screw all those, man.
Okay, standard formats and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
So that's the whole plan actually. The current
Nothing to do with
concept and
capitalism.
also the future.
Yeah. It's good, man.
What has been the struggle, man? I mean, I still remember. I think like what we spoke in our first session just now, the first AEW session was in Suka, and then after that, you took a break, and then the second edition was the one in Uptown. That was a random ass gig. I still remember Ray Chong was there, and then you guys played also.
Oh yeah.
And then so you took a break again, and then now you're back. But this time around, it seems like it's a full-fledged production. You've got a crew, So how different is it, from the original idea and stuff like?
I mean, back then, I wanted to just champion the musician and the music scene, but I felt that maybe I'm a little bit too selfish, because the arts and creative industry is big. And there's a lot of things going on in the arts industry. So why not give them the same opportunity, you see? So, I mean, if you talk about struggles, of course, it's the money to keep things rolling. To get sponsors in that is a pain in the ass. Also getting people to come in and to do the show. I mean, we all have to be on the same page, you see. If one person comes in, they're thinking about money, then you don't belong here, because we are not doing for the money yet. It's about building the foundation first, getting the name out to people, and hopefully it will grow by itself, lah. So like the first 2 episodes that we did, everything was done through organic posting, no Facebook boosting and whatsoever, because we don't want to waste that money. Second thing is we just wanted to see how pure can the content actually reach. So in terms of reach and engagement, I'm up to date. I mean, it's already been a week since we premiered 2 episodes. So the highest views for one video, Ray Chong's video, actually is now above 800 views. I mean, I'm pretty happy just for the first few episodes. I mean, it's actually a pilot for us. We just wanted to test market, you see.
Correct.
Oh, Ray beat me, Ray beat me. Damn it! Why Ray beat me, man? Damn it! Legends
Honestly,
are done.
He beat you, but sorry, but you beat him in terms of the tips. Your tips doubled.
Okay, fair lah.
So give and take. So
Better
you can
than
see.
us. We've got 3 subscribers and we've got 4 hosts.
No, but
Do that fucking math. Do the math on that. And 2 of the subscribers is me and my wife. So do the math on that. Fucking
You're doing well, Wang. You're doing well.
Fantastic.
I was going to say
You
that
got fucking 3 idiots here who
did the
don't
same-
subscribe to their own channel yet.
we did the same thing for when we put the first episode for the waiting room on Facebook. I mean, even more, we just didn't have money to go and put into any boosting or whatnot. But I also wanted to see what the reach was, and that first episode has already gone over 1,000 views too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happy days.
Yeah, and that's just from the 3 of us, 4 of us sharing with our friends. So our organic, I mean, the other episodes nobody's listening already lah, but
but they
No, but we don't know.
Steam.
The thing is, it's difficult also, because you see, we are on all the different platforms, So how are you going to keep track? Like, some people are going to be watching it on Instagram.
No,
Some people
exactly.
are going to...
This was what I was thinking. Like with the new stuff I'm releasing album, I'm thinking like I'm not gonna put it all platforms. I'm like exclusively on YouTube. It's not YouTube paying me. It's just like I don't want to bother. It's here. Maybe that might work. Maybe it's I don't know lah.
Yeah, that's
funny.
what I'm
It's
doing.
looking- What are you doing? Okay.
Because like for AEW, right? I mean, my posters, I will put live exclusively on AEW session. So I don't want to split the viewers, you see. So if you want to watch this, just come to our platform. We don't want this to be live on YouTube. For now, I mean, it would be nice to have it on YouTube as well, but we just don't have that kind of manpower to handle different platforms.
Yeah. It's interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about the figures now. Getting the viewers in. We want to have good records, to show to potential sponsors out there. This is what we can do with just organic. This is what we have, and just imagine with boosting. You will get all kinds of people watching this. Because we are not stuck to one topic. Next week we can talk about sports. One is about magic. I like to keep things interesting. Every episode we want to bring in a guest, but what we like to do is we like to curate the whole performance and the talk show. We just don't want to sound too generic. So if you talk about a topic, we want to find an angle where nobody actually bothered to figure. That kind of things keeping it interesting.
Wang, I'm just curious, since you were talking about numbers and all that. It's something I've been very curious about. So you would agree that right now you guys are content creators, right? You're trying to.
I mean, layman.
Yeah. Okay, and then you were talking about figures also, and then you are looking at figures organically. You want to see how it's growing organically, but I've been very curious. See, Brendan, Azmil, myself, we've all been doing music for a while now, including yourself. We have our Instagram page, we have our Facebook page, we've got our stuff on YouTube, and I mean, I'm not doing as much work as these guys lah. I know these guys are doing way more than what I'm doing. But then you take, for example, you take Instagram. Maybe I'm really not out there and really looking through stuff or whatever. But if you pick up Instagram and you click on your search icon or whatever, before you can even type whatever you want to type in that search box, Instagram's already giving you a suggestion of like posts by people and all those kind of things. Click on any of those posts and any of those accounts, and you would see they would have like 1 million followers. They would have like 500,000 followers. And I'm like, who are these people? You don't see them on Facebook. You don't see their content, whatever. But then you go to their account, you see they would have already had like about 800 posts. And it's all just about this girl who's just in a gym. I've never heard of her name, but then I look at the followers. I have at least 30 people from my friend list who are already her followers. And I'm like, you know?
No one has fallen that account to watch her. There is no one fallen that account to watch her lift weights.
This is a can of worms.
Everybody's looking for her ass. What's her ass look like? Tell me what her ass looks like.
All the common friends of yours who are following her are all guys.
No, not really.
Hey, sure enough.
I don't want to name the person lah. I really don't want to name this person because
don't name.
No.
My name there all out.
Oh no lah.
You also following lah, Brendan. Brendan also follow lah.
But Fabian.
Just don't follow lah. Just.
But to me, my opinion is that when it comes to all these kind of influencers or you call them KOL, right? I feel that actually behind the whole profile, they do have like probably a small team of people.
Oh yeah, of course.
But the face is of course this girl lah. But maybe behind the
no, it's not just a girl or whatever lah. But it could be a model.
Yes.
But,
some cases they have a team behind developing or monitoring the whole profile and getting products in, so they can do sponsor promoting that stuff.
There was no, it's true. There is a company I'm not going to name, but it's under it's very huge media company in Malaysia that actually goes out and looks at all these younger singers who have a following, and they will sign them up and they create content, but you don't see the branding anywhere. So it looks like they are creating actually it's true. So so it's devious. So yeah, young kids come. Yeah.
So you might consider hiring me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
If you want high
Yeah.
quality videos.
Wow.
and
Tiba-tiba
sometimes it's
Fabian pergi
weird.
gym semua. Wow, man.
Fabian going gym. All
You know, but
right.
it's weird, guys. Sometimes,
It
okay,
is. It is.
you go to an account and they might have 1.5 million followers, okay?
Yeah.
But then you look at their post is probably getting about 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes.
The same thing
That's not
happened.
even
The same thing happened
10%
with
of, like-
MySpace. Do you remember? If anybody remembers the MySpace days,
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
the
of
day,
course.
of MySpace, you could get an algorithm and put it into your MySpace account, and it would just send out friend requests on MySpace
Yeah.
to whoever, hundreds of millions of people. And if 1% got that, next year you went from having 500 MySpace friends to having 50,000 MySpace friends in a day. And the same thing, any of your post then was getting maybe about 1,000 likes because no one was really looking at it. It's the same thing. These people are running. They're running algorithms to ensure they get loads of either subscribers or friends, likes, or whatever they're doing on Instagram. It's the same thing. Now there's a few people who are obvious people like The Rock and Kevin Hart and
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
like
they are
that.
Real
genuine.
followers.
Yeah,
General
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah.
But like people that you don't know or you're not aware of, like, and certainly within Malaysia, people you don't know, and you're looking and they've got a million followers. You're like, how the hell have this person got a million followers? Like, they're running algorithms. They're literally or they're paying for someone to run an algorithm, so they'll get that amount. Because it doesn't matter.
Some Malay chick just do like that, like, hey, like
Correct.
fucking
Yeah,
8,000.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be smart and all like,
That's cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but I want to bring that back.
I think we're the wrong gender, lah. I think it's just that, lah. I think we're wrong gender, lah, guys.
Asmal, it's
If all
2020.
of us-
Asmal, it's 2020. We can be
all of us
whatever
went
gender
to
we
the
want to
gym
be.
every
We
day.
can be whatever gender we want to be.
You can, but whether you get 8,000 followers with one post.
Yeah, that's sexism there, right there.
Can
That's
work.
disgusting.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm not
Alright.
getting followed because
Not
I
in
don't.
music anymore.
Oh yeah, hey, let's
Article
go back to
one.
music. Yeah.
Article one.
Music. Yeah, start with music.
Yeah, so I want to bring
Yeah.
that back to Wang.
Yeah.
So Wang,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
content creator, and I mean, of course, eventually after this MCO, RMCO, whatever, you guys are going to go out and you guys are going to try and get more people. You're going to try to sell your content, right? Now, the people outside, are they focusing more on algorithms, like what Derek was saying, it's just the numbers, or they're looking at proper organic? They want real stuff.
True. I mean, by the end of the day, they are just looking whether their sales increase or not. I think that's the most important thing. They want to make sure that whatever they invested in, I mean, through the marketing and sponsorship, they want to see that their sales are increasing, isn't it? I mean, it's a very straight to the point purpose of coming on board with us, partnering with AEW. I scratch your back, you scratch my back, lah. So it's like that, lah.
Same with
to
everything, yeah.
Algorithm and whatnot, whether you're organic or it's Facebook boost, doesn't matter to them. They just want to make sure they sell more products. They want more walk-ins. They want more inquiries. Anything that is based positive feedback is good.
Action.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think
Wait.
it's a good.
Wait,
Okay,
one
Ben,
time.
I'll let you go.
What
Okay, one
does
question.
AEW stand for?
That should have been the first
Only
question.
part 2, you start to ask the right question. Huh?
Hey, we have fun first, lah.
You want to guess? I think Brenda, only you, right? You don't know the meaning.
Only I don't know.
Must be, lah.
Everything else.
Asmil played my show, Fabian played my show. You're going to play my show and you don't know the meaning.
Ini tak check email. Ini tak check email ni.
Tak baca email ni. Message tak baca.
Wang,
Apa-apa tak
Wang,
baca.
please tell our 3 subscribers what AEW stands for.
AEW is an evening with
Oh,
There you go, buddy.
That's so
Ah.
intelligent.
an
Oh,
evening with
man.
Brandon.
Cool.
Okay, guys, I think this will be a good opportunity to leave it there. So, as per usual, at the end of our the waiting room sessions, we like to have the guest 1 minute just to say what's going on in the future. So Wang, we'll leave it with you. What's going on with AEW and what do you see for the future?
All right.
And next show, when's it on? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Our next show is on the 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Let me just double check.
1 second.
Yep. 7 and 8 of August. And then we will have another session on the 21st and 22nd. So lineups are, pretty much settled already. Of course, Brandon is playing. I'm going to be releasing the poster this Saturday. With or without sponsors, I don't care lah. I just want to make sure that it's flowing. Music, talk shows. It's going to be interesting. So do catch us. Follow the page, share. It's very important because if you want the scene to grow, we just have to support. Even a simple like will do. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Just
if you want to go beyond, that, just tip the musicians. Ask questions. You see, if I invite a magician, ask questions. Well, why do you choose this career? How do I get in touch with you? What if I want to hire you for my future events? Be proactive, be interactive. That's why we are doing it live. If I don't want all this comment, I'd rather not do the show here. I do it in a pub or any random place, you see. So yeah, we are going through tough times. Basically, we just need to help each other. It's an avenue, if we can generate some income, it goes back to all the people who are working together with us. So it's just so that everyone at least got a bowl of rice to eat every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point to finish on. I would like to thank Wang for being our guest on our show this week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wang.
I'm Derek Rush, your host, with Brendan Jim the Cruz.
See you soon, Wang.
Yep.
And Fabian Mark Peter. This has been the Wait Room, issue number 5. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Wang.
Thanks, Wang.
Ciao, brother. Thank you.